Hi, family and friends. This will be my third journal entry here for you. Coming in from a hotel in Tehachapi, California. This will be a few weeks late, so this is going to be between days 13 and day 20 on the trail. They were really good days, but also kind of struggled physically with just an injury. So anyways, just going to recap those days. So day 13, I was leaving Idlewild, which was my first 0 day. And it was great, but leaving Idlewild, we had to summit Mount Jacinto. And so it was just a long day of uphill, thousands of feet up, with heavy full packs of food. So that was hard, but we made it. We hiked around to the base of Jacinto, and then we dropped our packs and we summited Jacinto, which was amazing, really cool, 10,000 plus feet. Up there, unfortunately, I was kind of jumping around and I bumped my knee and I bruised it. So I definitely hurt my knee that day. And hiking back down and the rest of the day, my knee was really hurting. I couldn't feel anything else other than my knee. So I was struggling. So that was like mentally tough. And then the next day I knew I had to descend the mountainside. And so that was going to be 7,000 plus feet going down on that knee. And going downhill is always hard on your knees. So I just was like really crushed after such a cool thing of like summiting that mountain. So that was hard. That was like one of the longest days, I would say, summiting Jacinto. The following day, woke up, knee was still swollen and hurting. Took ibuprofen, and we worked our way down that mountainside. And I did it, but like it was a lot of like couldn't think of anything but my knee just kind of hurting. So that was also just a really long, hard day. But I've heard that it's hard for everyone. So made it down the mountainside and to our water spot where we camped almost to the desert floor. So we were, we were all really tired. I was hiking with Lake, Madeline, and Abby. And so the four of us, we were going to get up then the next day, and we were close to a highway access under the desert. And so we were going to hike there because there's an In-N-Out. So we're going to catch a ride, go get some In-N-Out, and then keep going. So the next day we did that, exactly what we did. There was a section hiker that hiked with us, and his wife was picking him up. So we catched a ride with him into Cabazon, where we got some In-N-Out, some Starbucks, and Taco Bell. So we really went to town. Then I packed out a In-N-Out burger for somebody up the trail that I was going to take delivered to them. So that was kind of fun. So later that night, we ended up hiking through a windmill farm, descending into what's known as Whitewater Preserve. And it was really exciting because we get there and there's these like nice, like you're in the middle of the desert and there's these nice pools. So people were soaking in the water, and there was a lady doing trail magic. And so we had a dinner there, sausage and vegetables. It was really good. And then I was able to drop off that In-N-Out, which was kind of fun. The following day, because it was been so hot, we decided to get up really early. So we all woke up at about 3:30 and started hiking at like 4:20. And we wanted to ascend the mountainside before it got hot. So we did that. We got a lot of miles in before it got too warm. And as we were hiking in the morning, we heard big booms. We weren't sure what they were, and it turns out that later on we found out that they were about 10 miles from where we were. There was an earthquake, so that was kind of interesting. Then later that day, everyone kind of stopped after 20 miles, but I wanted to hike on because I wanted to get closer to Big Bear to catch Eve. She was bringing me shoes to Big Bear, so then I hiked another 6 or 7 miles. So that was my longest day. I did 27 miles that day. So really good but hard day. The next day, I did the last 22 miles into Big Bear, and got picked up by a German guy at the trailhead, and he took me to Big Bear. He gave me a couple beers to go, gave me a tour of Big Bear. Stayed at a trail angel's house, and then Eve ended up coming with Fiona, Liam, Sophie, and Rowan, and we all had dinner at the Trail Angels house, chicken and everything. It was really nice and accommodating, so it was great to see them and get new shoes that were fitting. I had to go up a whole size, so I went from 10 and a half to 11 and a half. The next day I took a 0 in Big Bear, so I didn't hike any miles, and we just resupplied. and it was really nice. Our trail angels had a hot tub, so we got to kind of soak and recover. The day out of Big Bear was really tough because we had big packs and heavy, but we were kind of rewarded because it's a really nice area, really cool views of the lake and pine trees. There are some burn sections which are always kind of mysterious, and so that was really fun. Then the following day we were in striking distance of these, I think it's called Deep Creek Springs, which are natural hot springs. And so we worked our way along these creeks and just beautiful little bubbling brooks and everything. And eventually we got to these hot springs. The hot springs were nice to sit in, but people there were kind of weird, and you don't have to wear a swimsuit. So it's kind of weird. So we ended up not wanting to camp there, so we hiked on a few more miles. So that's kind of the recap. If I take one step further, this is the farthest I've ever backpacked.
It'll be okay, Joe.
Little climb, really took the wind out of us, but now looking down it looks like nothing. We just passed these windmills and kind of see down where we came from. It looks like nothing.
Still 3.5 miles